Sorry, y'all. I know I pressed play, but my brain did a delay. My brain said, hey, but like, it said, hey, a minute and a half later. I'm not drunk. I didn't drink alcohol. I'm drunk, tired. I'm drunk on tiredness. Yeah. Tired, tired, tired. Tired, tired, tired. Processing, please wait. Oh, I'm just going crazy. Yay, 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 yay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just see what happens here as we do some PUBG. What I want to do this time around. Oh, no. I forgot. Nobody told me. I went to launch PUBG. But do you know what the problem is? I think PUBG did an update. Is the game live? Or is it not live? Let's find out what's going on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. While we're waiting, let's look at this and see what happens. Hang on, I gotta wait for this page. Actually, let me see what it shows here. Okay, we're gonna look at this right now. No, so it looks like the game is up and running. The game is back up and running already, Mitch. But I was just now looking over here at the update, at the, there's a site called PUBG.report. And now all of a sudden I want to look and see what my, things are. So we're going to look it up real quick here on the monitor. Let's go monitor share. All right, so there's this, it looks like 3 different videos from this time frame. So here's one. This is when we were playing deathmatch. So listen to what this person's saying.
Yo, if you want to do something.
I don't know if you can hear it. It said, yo, if you want to do something. He's just going back and forth and then going out in the open. He says, that guy sucks. And then boom, he goes right up to me. Let's see what he says. He didn't like that. Someone typed oof. Yeah, he didn't really look like he could tolerate getting fragged so many times. Do I need to go and do death matches again? Alright, so we're going to pause this. How did that look for me?
Next.
It still took some time.
They got me.
So this is then where I spawned up and got the other one. No, I don't need to do death matches again.
Got him.
Okay, so now if I back up again, we look at this one, what is it? But see, his problem there is he's out in the open so much.
So lucky. Smart, they're like me. But I stay there.
Said something about he spawned there like him. Alright, so we back up here and then we go at this other one. Let's see what this one shows.
He's just on my way.
We're gonna go to Erangel tonight and show y'all some things that we want to do for the
Come
kid.
over for me?
What did he say?
Huh?
He said something. Hang on. I gotta try to hear this.
God, he's just on my way. Anybody want to come over for me?
He's saying everybody wants to come over for him. No, it's just that small of a map. You run into each other. Alright, so that was a deathmatch bit. Let's see what this other one was. I don't remember what that one was. We do remember this one.
Bottom.
Is he leaving?
No, it's not him. He's in your room, babe. Behind you in the staircase. In the room, in the room on the right, bottom right.
This room?
That hallway. Yeah.
He's guiding her.
Might have gone above you. I don't know why. Surprised you didn't hear that guy. It's like,
That moment when you tell the other one, surprised you didn't hear that guy,
always the bad players.
like you
Hear
did it
shit.
wrong. Always the
I
bad
go check out the
players.
pool, I hear nothing. I'm standing on the roof. They both stand up, shoot me in the back.
Tell him, say it right there, calling us out as the bad players. Wow. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get to the game. Let me see if anything shows up in PUBG for updates. Yeah, no, it doesn't show any official updates. This was more of a maintenance. All right, let's get to it. Thanks for the lurk, bud. We're live now. I mean, we're playing now. Okay, we're gonna ready up. No. We are gonna do non-stop Erangel right now because we can, dude. All right, so what we're gonna do right now is land an angle. Go to the school if you are a fool, for I shall rule by the pool. So we wait. What do we do while we wait? That's right. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Oh! I cut my cable. Let's try that again. Okay, and now we're back. Now what do you say? Alright, looks like we got our regulars on in here already. If y'all want me to switch games, let me know. I probably need some water. Do we got enough time for it? Alright. And now, here we go. First off, when you're ready to brush your hair and don't have a brush, you take your hand and just coat it just right over the hairdo. Make sure that your hair stays a little flat and nothing's sticking up. But don't worry, if it is sticking up, the camera background with the background going away, the background missing, the hair sort of goes with it, so it's alright. What? We're not supposed to be talking about hair? We're supposed to be talking about the pool by the school? Okay. Go to the school! Wrong voice. Go to the school if you are a fool, for I shall rule by the pool. Alright everybody, so the way that we do this is at about 400 meters, you want to start diving. That dive at about 400 meters should get you to go roughly in the speed of, I think 230 to 234 meters in air. I forgot if it was 234 or 232. I'd have to check again. I didn't see anybody land. Okay, so here's what just happened. I'm pretty sure we're probably going up against AI bots at this point. Except there's a car up ahead. So why is it that I'm running after them? I'm supposed to be teaching y'all something, but I'm not doing it. Instead, I'm just hunting because I need to warm up first. So let's see what we have. The enemy parked over here at 255. At least it sounded that way. They did. Tell me right now, do we cripple their vehicle or do we steal the car? Steal it. And then drive it like we stole it. doesn't like me stealing his car. So what we need to do now is again drive it like we stole it. Oh, not good at all. He's gonna shoot at me now. I'm expecting to get shot at. Oh yeah. He did not like me taking his car at all. And this car is, oh yeah. Hey, Bad, how you doing? Bad. Definitely not bad at PUBG. So reload. What, you're bad at PUBG? Not if you play along with me. You'll be really good at being a bullet magnet for me. Oh no, all you gotta do is just run up there, everybody shoot at you. Although the red zone's probably about to get me. I think that car is too fat to fit. Yeah, I think the car is too fat to fit. There's a few other cars. There's only one or two other cars that I think about it that's actually too fat to fit. And so probably those vehicles need to go on a diet. So we got the crossbow with the 6X. Checking. All right. Well, let's see what we got here. I think the best thing for me to do is show off. Because, I mean, like, why not, right? Alright, let's go. So what's the zone doing here? The other dude's in the zone, so he doesn't have to do anything else. We just gotta see where this one enemy's at. Is he on the center roof in the front? There's one. Definitely an AI bot. Hey, the bullet magnet actually helps. You're collecting bullets for us while we then take out the enemy and bring you back to life. You'll still come back to life. Eventually. When we recall you. Alright, I'm going back to the enemy. Sounded like they were right there, but I don't see them. Alright, so I'm gonna go and go back to the spot. Got him. We can go now. AI, 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 we got some AI, I, 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 Why isn't it? Oh, it's because I'm on the pistol. Let's see if we can't figure out where he's at one more time here. So he's got to come this way. All I got to do is have a little bit of a clue. Pull on in here. So right now we got zone. We listen for enemy. I don't hear anything. If you don't know already, I'm all about strategy. That's how I roll. Whether it's camping, rushing, attacking, guarding, enemy of my enemy is my friend, all that stuff. The right time to use the right plan, the right weapon. We know what weapon we need to use. Red zone. Did the red zone actually just take out the one that was camping? Oh my god. The one we were hunting, did he just get taken out by the red zone? Oh, that's no fun. Although that is a skill. It does take a lot now to get taken out by a red zone. But we don't know that for a fact. So we're going to look at this, and we set it up. 1, 2. So that's going to be a minimum of 180 something. 188? Well, 182 minimum, but... if the enemy's coming this way... Alright, let's go. Alright, y'all, watch out. I'm backing up. Back up, back up, back up. Back up, back up, back up. Give me 1 second. I gotta check the other channel. Bowie, Bowie. Okay, we gotta watch out for people like that. So we're gonna stay along the walls here first. Then we're coming out this way. He's gonna want to shoot at us. Got him. We gotta get out of this way. Staying on the downward slope. Dude, there's a lot of zone things here. Get a fresh one here. For right now. We'll switch. You wonder if there's some meta with vehicle colors, like certain colors making you harder to spot. Okay. At least two. It's going to be 300 meters out. Somebody, alright, the blue zone got him. Got him. saw him in that top house. That's going to be at least 200 meters. Okay. Got 10 left. So we got some type of damage here. Alright, so now we're really quiet. There are different vehicle skins to use. Someone did pull up there. We heard that by sound. I see that person at the tree. I saw him! I saw him! You wonder if it counts a frag whenever you are down, far away, opponent, someone else finishes. No. So it counts as you getting a knock if they actually get knocked, but otherwise, where you get an assist, because otherwise the other one that finishes it, it gets the frag. So like in tournaments, they'll go for the frag for the points, single points, while the placement is done the rest. I'm going to get shot at by 1 or 2 people right here on my left. Okay, so we know 1 or 2 people are going to be there. No one there. Can't tell about there. Always check the bushes though. Alright, we know where 1 is. That one probably came from over here. I don't know where the second one is. Now those two are going to go after each other. One just got that one. So now we know where the last two are. Okay. Next up. We need one more. Mayday, mayday, mayday. Chicken, chicken, chicken. Bark, 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 bark. I just need the peak. I just need the peak. That was all me. Good game. I did stupid. I calculated what weapon he was using, and I was trying to calculate how many bullets. He had more than likely another 12 to another 12 plus bullets there. Yeah, so what happened there was nothing to do with that enemy. Nothing. I got bored. And as he was approaching me, I made the not announcement, but I made the call that I wasn't going to heal. And then I went out there, and that jump. Have you ever done a move in a game and you're nodding your head like you lost already because of what you just did? That's what just happened to me. So first off, I turned the car wrong. I turned the car where I lined it up straight. I thought I was getting out where in cover, switching to the other seat. Instead, I was lined up to die. So I then took cover behind the car. He wasn't attacking me like he was a pro. I would have been dead already at that seat. If we look at the stats, I bet you he's not a level 500 tier 5. So we're going to go back to match history, and this is going to be like a tier 1. Tier 4. He's still working on it. But it just, yeah, no. I bet you his tier 4 because he's been playing so much, you know, AIs. Because like right now, I'm selecting Erangel, where no matter what, I'm going to get Erangel. If this goes to 3 minutes, that means it's mostly going to be AI bots. Oh. Okay, everybody. So we're supposed to be going to the pool by the school. I don't know. All right, so this one person's live. He's playing PUBG. Oh, he's doing something for the tournament thing or something. You know, I don't look up to pro PUBG players, like competitive competition winners and stuff like that, as I used to back when I was a teenager. I mean, early teenager, I looked up to him to some points, but they were also, back then they weren't all sponsored per se yet. And the problem that I had with that is I looked downward towards a lot of them because of the fact of, like, some I met in person, and it's like just their personality wise in general, like some were like they were god, like they could act however they want and no penalties, this, that, or another. Or there was one, I won't say which person it was, but he was as rude as could be. Not even just to like me directly or anything like that. I mean, if you just chilled around and just so happened to see him talking or walking or whatever, he was like a jerk to everybody. It was like, what the hell? And it's like, I think the reason why I don't look up as much to a lot of them is also the fact of the specialty that they got, at least in my era. In my era, if you weren't sponsored, but the other person was, and you're going up against them in a big tournament, you both normally get time to warm up, right? Well, you're warming up, but then they tell you, oh, he's in another tournament right now. So that means you're going to have to wait until you can play up against him. That was not fair at all. I sat there for 2 hours. It was also a convention, a QuakeCon. And so I missed most of the booths that I wanted to go visit. The events that they were doing. I had it all scheduled. And I had to sit there for 2 hours waiting. And at that point, when I was going up against him, I was cold. I wasn't warmed up anymore. I was bored. And so, 2 hours. 2 hours! And so as far as on that, ever since then, I mean, I still played in some big tournaments. I even placed in the ET one, enemy territory. But I still went ahead and started doing the smaller tournaments instead at the QuakeCons. And I placed fairly well in the smaller tournaments. In the smaller tournaments, up to 99 people and stuff like that, there's ones where there's like 12 to 24 booths and so forth of players, and then you got to get to the next round and then get to the next round and all that. And I placed fairly well. Some of them I won first place, some the top 3, stuff like that, right? And then there was others where out of everyone for the day, you had to get the best score. I won some of those too. I would win normally about $900 to $1,200 in prizes per year at QuakeCon. I wanted to go to QuakeCon coming up here, but I can't seem to get a ticket. I can go in as the booths, but not the BYOC. I don't really like going to QuakeCon without the BYOC. I'd rather have a BYOC ticket. Normally, I can get a ticket late if I don't get one right away. But it just doesn't seem like there's a ticket available. And then they say that some people may try to sell their tickets, but then it doesn't get assigned to you. It still stays assigned to them. So they can scam you that way. So buying a ticket like that isn't really trusted. I can check real quick in Discord and see if they have anything. I think he's trying to take out my tire. He's just a really bad shot at it. Alright, I'm gonna check QuakeCon real quick. So I did one event on the air here at QuakeCon. I did. I learned a lot about advertising there and stuff like that, being able to pass out stuff. But the thing is, if you try going to a place like QuakeCon that does Quake, right? And other id Software games, and then say PUBG, you know how many people don't know what you're talking about? They're like, PUBG? I never heard of it. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds? Never heard of it. But I mean, I liked it better actually doing the tournaments, the side tournaments, rather than the big ones. Because more of how it was handled. And like now, so I remember when I was younger, I liked the Blockbuster tournaments, how it was set up. Where everything was all organized. Now if you go, so even like a decade ago, if you went to a GameStop tournament place, it was not organized at all. Nobody set up the configurations properly. No one prepared this, that, or another. Some people got disadvantages. Some people got advantages over others, and no one really said anything about it. I mean, it was just like, what the hell? I used to host tournaments for TWL back in the day as a volunteer tournament host. But I was more for the back of the Yahoo games. Like chess and stuff like, ooh, like chess and stuff like that. Alright, we need more 5-5 and then we'll go. I need my 5-5. Where's my 5-5? I need my 5-5. Where's my 5-5? Uno momento, por favor. Yeah, I don't like doing the whole ELO thing on it from that part. I mean, I don't even know what that means, or other than a level type thing. I remember, like with Yahoo back then, with chess, it would go up to whatever rankings or so forth. Be up there in like the 1700s and stuff. But oddly enough, I actually played different than I did when I was younger. For some reason, I tend to play more of the pawn moves now. I could play others, but for some reason, I prefer playing the pawn moves. And I don't mean like 2, I mean 3, like taking over and pushing and trapping the other players. But at the same time, I will modify my gameplay based on what they do. So like what I'll do is I'll move 1 up 2, right? The first move. And then I'll move another 1 up 2 next to it. Depending on how they move, I'll do a counter over to another side. Then I'll move 1 up. But then I'll move one of those 2 up. Then I'll move another 1 up 2. Based on how they do it, and then move it up 1 again and push them up. But then I'll also do that differently based on how they move to where, ooh, another Panzerfaust. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I need to mark this. I don't know. I guess with the whole thing for the competitive ones, it seems like a lot of them seem like if you go up and oh no, I do the other pieces and stuff. But the thing is, if you crowd the other board with all the other pieces, you're going to eventually force them to have to capture something. And once you have it all lined up like that, you have your other pieces already lined up to be able to counter them all. And then if they focus so much on countering other captures, they're not really focusing on that king path. And then when they think they're going to safety by castling, then you've already trapped them in the corner. But that's not like a one straight strategy that I do at all times. It's more of like a starting point, and then everything else goes from there. It's almost like tic-tac-toe with almost a guaranteed win if you pick the X in the middle, right? Oh yeah, so anything that I play at, I always play mind games. Poker, I actually haven't played poker, in real life poker, in a while. But it's one of my favorite games, or out in the gambling world and all that stuff. And it's where the reason why I like it so much is because it's challenging enough to where it's not the cards, it's a mind game. You deliberately, so like in PUBG, you'll lean to the right twice and then lean to the left once, or you'll lean to the right, lean to the left, or you'll lean to the right, lean to the right, lean to the right, then lean to the left. And they're looking at a pattern trying to go with that, right? Well, if you act a specific way every time you get a specific type of cards, and then you change it up on them and react body-wise, influence everything else, react all the same way, they think you have this when you don't. Or they think you're deliberately making them think, like, let's say I have a full house right on the flop, right? But there's opportunities to get a straight or a flush. So I'm going to make it look like I'm drawing and trying to get that straight or flush, when I've already had the full house the whole time. And then I do it based on the betting patterns. And the betting patterns, in most cases, you want to keep it about the same at all times, whether you're up or down on the hand. And then when you change it up, that changes the pattern, and then they get confused again. Whenever I played poker at friends' places or so forth, or neighbors, and like in Georgia when I played with neighbors, they did like a poker night thing. They would do 3 or 4 games a night, right? But sometimes more. I would win first place and then deliberately get second twice. And then first place again. And make sure that any of the placements always made sure that I was in the plus on money by a certain amount. Because if I get first every single time, I'm going to not be invited again. So everything was a mind game for me. And like even playing poker at the, I guess you call that hustling, huh? Even playing poker at the bars, everyone got drunk off their ass. I always ordered water. But then I'd even tip the bartender and say, hey, make it look like you gave me some alcohol. And then they would all be drunk as can be and not even care in the world. And then I win $100 off of a free poker game. Now, of course, you would order from the bar and all that stuff, but I can't drink anymore, so you'd have to eat the not so great food at the bars. Losing to secure future invites. Well, that's in my opinion. I believe that I haven't looked it up for a fact, but I believe that's one of the oldest tricks in the book. Because if you win every time, if you're like a shark or a hustler or anything like that, if you win every single time, it's obvious. So you've got to control when you win and when you lose. But that's also an old trick in the book. You've seen it in movies where you act like you're drunk but you're not. But if you've been to a certain place enough times, you already have connections. I was really good at making connections and networking. All right, what do we got? See, I'm talking to y'all and playing PUBG in the background. They should be down south more. There's still 53 left, so we should be able to get another 20 frags now. Let's go focus on frags. But yeah, so like whenever I gambled, now it's mostly slot machines at the places I go because the poker tables are shut down. What's your favorite podcast? Well, you know, a lot of times, y'all, if I don't have people here for a specific game or specific reason, we'll do a random other bullshitting and stuff. I mean, I don't even have the sound on full. And we're just running people over while we're chatting. I mean, I remember gambling-wise, right? I remember it wasn't really a gamble because I would play... I was much better at blackjack back then. I think I played too much online blackjack that ruined me because of the algorithm things. But I would play either slots, blackjack, or poker, Texas Hold'em. I don't mean that the mini table Texas Hold'em. I mean actual in-person Texas Hold'em. And I would always win in one of the three and be in the plus. So I've already said this a few times. When I was younger, I went on what ended up being a 3-month road trip. It was from Texas to Georgia to Florida 20 times. It was supposed to be a USA road trip. I worked way too many hours. I was done job-wise, stressed out and everything on it from that part. I decided to just get up and go. I put in my notice, and then once it was done, I got up and went, and I went on a road trip. I didn't think it was going to be that long at all. Well, I ended up going to the casinos all the way around, and I would get free nights at the casinos, and I would win $2,000 to $4,000 at a time doing that method. And I had a thing where I love roulette. I totally love roulette. But I would never play roulette unless I was 1,000 in the plus. I would never play roulette unless I was 1,000 in the plus. Because I would play, I'd start out with like the minimum bet, like 5 on one row, 5 on another column, and then 5 on black or red, depending on the pattern of the colors. And then on top of that, I would also put like 5 ones around a square, like 20 or something, based on what numbers were hitting and not hitting that night. Hang on. Good game, bud. Just 1 second, y'all. Did y'all actually see that? I wasn't even trying on that one. I made the frag look way too easy. I bet you we look back and it's gonna be a newbie. No offense or anything, but I bet you. Not betting, not actual betting. We're not allowed to bet on here. We need an extended. Did you really just do that? I was busy talking to my audience. You're not allowed to frag me while I'm talking. I'm talking here! Hey! Hey you! I'm talking here! Good game? This is where we check back to see if it was an AI. Nah, he's just looking there. It's a newbie or he would have shot me already. He's like, stay still already. Stay still. Oh, the hell with it. I'm just going to shoot you. And I don't hear the footsteps yet. I should have heard those footsteps, but I didn't. That was on me. That was totally on me. But no, anyways, like I was saying, I went from Texas to Georgia to Florida. I was supposed to do a USA road trip, but instead I went around 20 times, Texas to Georgia to Florida. I ended up staying in Georgia for a few years. But because I was just looking for somewhere different, you know. But I ended up visiting friends throughout the trip and stuff. We did I did some jet skiing myself, then also did some target practice, shooting weapons from Call of Duty 1 and stuff like that, because we were a gaming group back then, TUW, the Unstoppable Warriors, and we just met around, stayed different places randomly from that part, and then I won enough where I also gained points where they wanted me to come back to the casinos for free rooms. So when I needed a place to stay on that trip, I just got free rooms. I would go there, spend their bonus money, and then just go right back on the trip or whatever I won. And it was just, I won $2,000 to $4,000 at a time as I went all the way around. Now, within that time frame from now, I did lose some money to them. I think I'm still considered in the plus total, but it's like now it's much harder to win than it used to be. But I think it's also based on the places that I go. Like Horseshoe over in Louisiana is crap now. It's all Slumsville everywhere around there. I went there even just to stop by as I was driving by at one point, or we were driving by, and it was, you just lost your money instantly. It's like, why do I want to go here? And all the places around, the food places and everything was all closed and all that. It's like, yeah. And then the problem with WinStar is the closest. I go to it, but it doesn't do it for me. The poker table still ain't open yet. They keep claiming they're going to open it soon. The bingo thing that my wife and I would like to do, because we have our own bingo thing and all that stuff, those are still closed since COVID. I think they opened it at one point, but then they closed it back up again. So the fun stuff isn't there. It's just the slots. And the slots can be controlled. And the way that the economy goes and everything from that part, the winning ratio goes down even more. But then you see someone right next to you winning $400,000, and you're like, yeah, no, I think he works for this place. But at the same time, you also see these people winning the larger amounts. You notice they're not as excited. Like they just spent $20,000 to win $20,000. You know what I mean? Ah, you say I got all these wild life stories and stuff, but honestly, I think I could have done a lot more. But I'm not done yet. I am 25 with 17 years experience of being 25. The last 12 years, I've been battling the seizure crap again, which is from the seizure stuff I had when I was younger. I had brain surgery and all that. They're trying to tell me now it's PNES, which even my psychiatrist thought it was bullshit. It could be PNES combined with epileptic seizures, but because they took out the part of the brain or so forth that's deeper down, it's not detected, maybe. At least that's what I looked up and it said from that point. Even my prior neurologist was still saying it was the seizure stuff. So I've been battling that now for 12 years. And then on top of that, now supposedly the last 4 years, or two to 4 years or something, I've been battling cancer and I didn't know it. So it affected me the most last year, since January of last year. And so I was battling all that crap. I had the kidney surgery. I had the thymus surgery. They think they got all the cancer stuff. And then I got stomach issues on top of that. So now we're trying to monitor everything left and right. And I'm trying not to cry wolf saying, hey, I think I got this cancer thing again, or I think I got that again, or I think I got this, or I think I got that. I'm going to diagnose myself. I'm trying not to do that, but then other times it feels like some of the doctors are just doing nothing and just postponing you to another appointment. So it's like, yeah. Well, so supposedly my issue right now is my body is in, what do you call it? So we believe I should be cancer free at this point, but we're still monitoring with the scans. And the what they think is going on is the aftershock of so much surgeries and the cancer bit all at the same time. So I had the cancer bit and then the 2 surgeries. It put a lot on the left side of my body. It was all on my left. So with that, they think that my body, my brain, or not my brain, my body's all in fight or flight mode. And so it's causing all this other crap going on because of that. So we're hoping within time it's all going to do itself, or if we need medicine or something or what, I don't know. But they say something's high or something that's causing the issue with my blurry eye and all. They're going to do some surgery for that, but that's going to be scheduled down the road, which I forgot to call about that again today. And they say that, and the problem is all these doctors are supposed to be sending me to, they're like not available until next year or end of next year. So I'm having to call all these damn places. And do you know what they tell me I need to do the most right now to bring down my seizures and my other attacks and stuff? They tell me I need to calm down. I mean, not calm down, but stay calm and stay peaceful and all that stuff. Like, woosah. Oh, sorry. I got into my meditating state. Sorry about that. But then y'all see me. Do I look like I'm always calm? It's time to make stuff go boom! You know, I actually pull a muscle in my chest occasionally just from doing that voice. And in my stomach. Oh, no. I don't meditate like that. No! I meditate like this. It's time to make stuff go boom. It's time to make stuff go boom. Boom, boom, ba-doom. Time to make stuff go boom. It's time to make stuff go boom. Boom, 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 boom. I'm more of the laughter person. I like making people laugh and making myself laugh and other things like that. That's what it's all about. So this whole thing was supposed to be about the pool by the school, and the pool by the school was all the way up north. Now, see, I saw somebody's video telling you how to jump out of the plane and all that stuff. Well, they say you need to be like 700 or 750 feet from where you got to go. Watch this. I'm going to go over this way. So I already jumped out quite a bit. Now, you can actually go as far as 2,000 meters from jumping from the plane. That's another reason why I always hear, no, I don't make you laugh. You piss me off. That's what makes you laugh by pissing me off. I'm just kidding, bud. So that right there was more than 750 feet, and that's even after I dropped out the other way. We got one enemy over here. Posture check. I'm afraid if I do a freaking posture check, I'm gonna pop my spine because I'm slouched perfectly right now. Why do you want to undo this slouch? I am slouched perfectly. I mean, look at my slouch right now. Why do you want to undo that? Why? All right, here we go. Oh! Posture check. Oh, I can't hydrate right now. I'm at. Oh, no, wait. I think there was something wrong with this water. No, I can't drink that water. That's from the other thingy. I'll have to get water from the other thingy and rinse that one out. All right, let's go. Oh, my back hurts now because you made me straighten it up. jump down. Listen for the stairway again. A human wouldn't have done that. Oh, come on. I'm such a bad aim now. The best way to do that would have been a little bit at a time. But I'm bored. So most of the enemies are all AI bots, based on the numbers I'm seeing at the top, and they're west. So a lot of people tell me ask me in the gambling thing and all that stuff whether or not I play craps. I played it before. I never really attached to it. I never really caught. I mean, I know how to play it, but I never really caught on to it. I never really never really clicked with me. I mean, I can play it. Just, I don't know. Trying to think of all the other games out there. I still remember when I was younger, I play differently on the slots now than I did when I was younger. When I was younger and I won more, I actually would take $5 to $10 per slot. And I would just walk around. Some of them you would look at the stats on them. You would look to see which ones did what as far as if the bonuses are up and stuff like that. Other times it's not about the when they have to hit or anything. It would be about it would actually be about the you would go for the lower price high pot ones rather than the higher ones, and those actually paid out fairly well. Things like that. You would notice those little differences. And that's how I used to do it. And I never really stayed on one slot for too long. But I would notice things. I would notice patterns and stuff like that. Not like cheating or anything like that whatsoever. But I would notice things like the roulette machine. The roulette machine had its own pattern. If you saw that it was going after so long to a certain number or a certain slot often enough, you bet around that 66.6% of the board in that area, and you won fairly well, and then you would just adjust how you bet if you lost. And at one point I was betting like 900 something at a time. But I would actually, I had something like that one machine alone. I won like 4,000, 7,000 at a time. Well, not at that. Well, I did that like 2 or 3 times. Hang on. And then all of a sudden that machine vanished. I guess too many people won off of it. That machine only lasted for about 2 or 3 weeks. Hit one. Someone's to my right. Sounds that way faintly. That's an AI. That is not a human. If it was a human, it wouldn't have stood still like that. Okay, what the hell just happened? Oh, I know what happened. The way that I fell was along this diagonal board here. Because it went diagonal, it didn't let the ground below me be 2 stories or more. It has to be like 2 stories or higher, roughly about that. I don't know exactly how much, but about 2 stories before you can pull your chute. If it's not that high, then it won't let you pull it, and then you can die if you're on one of those hills. I almost died because of that. But yeah, no, I got a whole knowledge on the gambling stuff. The problem though is, for the longest time after that, I went to the online stuff, and if you play online gambling, a lot of them aren't even approved anymore and stuff like that, and so many scams and other things like that. It's just not funny anymore, or even fun. And it's where it sort of changes your calculations for when you go to the real games. But if you really want to win, you don't play the computerized stuff. Because you think of a program, it's controlled one way or another. So you'd want to do something like poker or something like that, but you want to make sure that it's a legit place and not something that's scammed either, where the dealer is on someone's side or even on the... Because see, with poker, the casino wins no matter what. They get the ante and all that stuff, right? So you're paying them to win other people's money. Unless it's controlled differently of them having an inside player. But now, about gambling. I think that's all I gotta say about that. Well, no. So what's so funny is I went to some of the side casinos and stuff like that. Some big casinos, but at other states, right? Not Vegas. And then when I went to Vegas, and then when I went to Vegas, it was different. Vegas was more, there's just way too much gambling for me. I mean, they were trying to do more of the sightseeing stuff and everything as well, but it then all related back to the gambling stuff. I like to gamble every now and then. I don't like to constantly gamble. I can't gamble for more than like maybe 2 or 3 days max. After that, it then gets a little boring. So this is an AI bot, or he would have turned around already. Yes, I really did just do that. We're expecting an enemy up here. Let's see when the commercial comes back. Okay, so we got someone up top. at me. Ah, you back. But what I was trying to say was Vegas, I never really was a fan of Vegas for gambling. I went there a few times for gambling, but any other times I went there were like with my wife and stuff, and it was more for any other events. It looked like at one point it tried to turn it into a family thing where you could go to other places and so forth, but you're still limited to an extent. I can't spend more than maybe 3 days in a gambling place at maybe day 3 leaving or so forth until I just get worn out and just not worn out but just tired of it. And like with Vegas, I enjoyed going on the things that were farther away from it instead, like within 200-mile radius, because all you got is that strip and that's it in most cases. Hang on, let me finish this dude off. I'm gonna run this dude over and then come back. Or not. Let's see if this one's still here. No, he ran off somewhere. You said, you know about Vegas, there's a lot of movies of people doing wild things in Vegas and that whatever happened. Yeah, I don't know. Vegas just doesn't click with me like the personal casinos did. And like my wife and I, we went to the other casinos in the different states and so forth because we also we had enough credit and stuff where they like built enough points and stuff to where they actually gave us free concert tickets and stuff, and so we would go up there for the concerts and all that stuff, and we actually enjoyed a lot of the concerts at the more the ones in the other states, the other state casinos and stuff, because they were more personal concerts. It wasn't like going to your normal concert with thousands upon thousands of people. It was just like this small little concert room, and it was more personal. They connected to you more like you were family or whatever, because a lot of times in those shows they have their family in there, and so we like those concerts a whole lot better. It totally does. And then what's funny is when some of those stars, or what the hell is that dude's name? That one person's name, that he was in that one band a long time ago. I forgot what the name of the band was, but he ended up actually then singing himself or whatever, and he did a lot more personalized songs and everything from that point, and now it's really big on the radio. Oh my God, what the hell is that singer? I'm trying to remember what the band was and what the person's name is. No, it was. Oh my God, was it Chris something or other? No, I don't remember. I could be wrong. Was it Tucker or something? No. Oh my God, I don't remember the name. Oh crap, I'm out of fuel. Hang on. I don't think it was Chris Tucker. I think that's a different singer. I don't even remember what I remember that name from. I'll have to look it up here in a second. Because now I really want to know the answer. I don't think I'm right. Let me check. No, it wasn't Chris Tucker. That's a comedian. Darius Rucker. I'm thinking of Darius Rucker. It was Hootie and the Blowfish. Yeah, it used to be Hootie and the Blowfish back in the day. Wad, you probably know it without knowing it. You probably know it without knowing it if you look up one of their songs. But if you look up Darius Rucker and his current songs, you've probably heard it before. Yeah, I only want to be with you. But definitely not you, Mitch. Well, I mean, you got to remember, depending how big a band is, it goes universal. Like, oh, I'm trying to remember where he's from. Isn't Ozzy from over by you? And some other rock bands? I probably know them, those rock bands a lot more. He's shooting at someone over there. I'm in the open, don't worry. It's an AI. I'm gonna get shot by a human over at West 275 or 295, maybe even over there at Northwest. Hang on, y'all are doing stupid. Now. One hit and I'm dead. The enemy ran over there. He's still running. I know 2 are there. I'm here. 1 on my left, 1 at the house maybe. I could try to flip this vehicle. Yeah, that should have got you. Good game. Let's see what his health was. I was in the open. He got out. He had car cover. I didn't have any throwables. I didn't have any health. I just stood there when I shouldn't have. I should have prepped for him coming. Oh. So the problem right now is because I'm going up against so many AIs. Just because I'm going up against so many AIs, I just don't have that hook on. I don't have that extra gear to shift to. You know what I mean? Let me get some water. I'll be right back. Worst case, they'll just ding it out if it's a part of a game like that. I mean, it's just I've been through enough crap and did this, did that. I mean, you say it, all the shit I'm talking about and so forth. It's like, what? Hasn't everybody else gone through all this crap? I mean, shoot, I'm trying right now just to teach my son how to use a map. I would try to teach him common sense, but I don't. I think we got a ways to get there first. But that's the thing. A lot of us as kids, we thought we had common sense and knew it all, and we didn't know shit. Even though we didn't know shit, we would say we're right and then argue that we're right, even though we're wrong. And then later in life, you're right, but you're wrong. Figure that crap out. So I'm trying to teach. So I think I taught my son enough on the mapping stuff, right? He now knows that mile markers is also a way to know your location. Like if an emergency call or something like that, or trying to help somebody, you can call in of what mile marker you're on, and that normally it's similar to the exit number. I taught him about why exit numbers are more important than names sometimes, as it can be easier to find sometimes on that part, unless they, depending how they're doing the search, could be by the name. I taught him that the map apps on the phones don't use landmarks like we do. And we even did a road trip, even with my wife, where we showed what all you can find just by picking a random direction or a random road. Oh, I love those country roads. Hang on, y'all. Alright, later, bad. Give me a second, I got a shotgun. They're right below me. He's up top. That was a lag shot. Two. What are they doing here? Just how hip are you?
Pretty hip.
You sure that isn't your hip that went out?
It did.
Alright, so there's still two here. He's running that way north. Another 165. Marco! So one's human, and I think at least two, if not three, are AI. They're all around in a circle. Alright, so what do we have? Wow. Not good. I think what I need to do is pop up the top wall. Or just jump up like this. Got it. I knew I had to pop the door. That's how we used to do it. Oh. Set that nade. Alright, we got more AIs. Is this still only phase 1? Felt like phase 3 already. Alright, the heck with it. Come on. Sounds like roof. Nope. There's still a human here. He's right here somewhere unless he died. He's in. I know where he would be going. So he kept going. Is that more of an AI? I'm gonna get shot on the left because I got impatient. Can y'all tell I memorized all this? Alright. This is not looking good, y'all. Alright, we're gonna have to just win 10th place. Unless there's an emergency pickup. Gotta get 10th place somehow. Yeah, I need meds in order to survive the top 10 even. There were some frags over here, but I don't know if there was meds. So there was one here, but I don't see it. There's one over here. Got it. There was another down here. Mother! All this time, there was a... It's too late. I'm blind as a bat, y'all. I'm blind as a bat. Car was there the whole time. I'm gonna get top 10 easily. Oh, I'm top 10. Not making it. Got it, barely. Well, final cheers. We got 7th place. That tells you I'm not fully alert here. Yeah, but my brain just went kaboot. Alright, let's see what we got here. We got some dare drops to do. Or I can go to bed. I'm just like, Let me see here. We could try this car one. Let me refresh it. Remaining. Oh. Okay. So they want everyone to have a fresh character if we did the other one. Alright, so this is Necess. Okay, so that's one of the last ones to go to. Next one up is Rec Runners. Oh, it was just, it's more one of those things where I'm just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, that's all. Today's appointment wasn't that bad. It was just the fact that I actually scheduled it last minute just to confirm some stuff with my doctor. I mean, I'm one of those people that I'm gonna have the question, this question, that question. You know how now you can go through portals and actually talk to your doctor through the portal, but then you're not really getting billed for it in most cases. In some cases, if it goes beyond that, they'll bill you for it. But in most cases, it just extends out and out and out. I'd rather just be there in person and ask and do all that stuff and get the rundown of things. Okay. So that's all today's was. Tomorrow is a CT scan. But none of the part that's bothering me at the moment. So that's gonna be an interesting one. Let's see here. We're gonna go ahead and cut the other channel. We'll stay here on this one because we're switching games. Or are we? Are we gonna stay on this? Do we have anyone here that wants to say hey? No, so let's stop that one for now. So I will see those people later. Unless y'all want more PUBG. So does anyone want more PUBG? Let's see here. Where's my library? Let me see here. Sorry, y'all. Just give me a moment.